Hi, everyone. Saturday is Preakness Day. It's a big day at Pimlico. I'm not sure what to call Saturday at Santa Anita, however, and that's the subject of this segment. 10 races on the Saturday card at Santa Anita with a whopping total of 59 entrants. The first 9 races Saturday at Santa Anita all have 6 starters or fewer. Do you think California racing might be in trouble? Let's talk about the feature race Saturday at Santa Anita. It's the Mizdirection Stakes, a $75,000 stakes, race number 9 for fillies and mares, named after the outstanding mare that won 2 Breeders' Cup Turf sprints against the boys at Santa Anita. Mizdirection, she went 6 for 6 down the hill, and this year's Mizdirection will be run down the hill for the first time since 2018. Let's go ahead and take a look at the field for the Mizdirection Stakes. First time on the hill since 2018. In 2019, the race was run at 5 furlongs on the flat. In 2020, it was not run. And last year, it was run at 6 furlongs on the flat. So back to the hillside turf course for this year's Mizdirection. And Legs Galore is the favorite, and she is looking for some redemption because last year she was unplaced as the favorite. But based on her workouts, well, we'll talk about Legs Galore in just a minute. The rest of the field is relatively evenly matched. Stella Noir, front runner, Hear My Prayer. Bella D, 2 for 2 down the hill, trained by Mike Pipey. Mike Pipey was the trainer of Mizdirection. Royal Address is in good form, and Bye Bye Birdie, she's already won 4 races this season at Santa Anita, trying to become the first 5-time winner at the meet. Okay, Legs Galore is the favorite, but her challenge on Saturday is to put away a filly whose form, I think, is better than it looks. I'm referring to number 2, Hear My Prayer. Last time out, she finished 11th. Before that, she finished 6th. I think she had alibis for both recent starts. Let's talk about Hear My Prayer. She is a speed filly. She doesn't necessarily have to have the lead, but she is always forwardly placed. Well, maybe I misspoke. She's not always forwardly placed because she certainly was not forwardly placed last time out. But Hear My Prayer's weapon is her early gas. Let's take a look at what happened in the Giants Causeway. Last month at Keeneland, she's breaking from post number 7. She's number 8 in the orange and white silks of David and Holly Wilson. And you can see her one from the outside. Speed horses need to be asked to run early, but for some strange reason, the jockey on Hear My Prayer took her back. This is as passive a ride as you'll ever see on a purported frontrunner. That's Hear My Prayer, 4th from last right now. And when you're talking about a frontrunner pace presser, taken off the pace, it generally does not work out very well. So let's take a look at Hear My Prayer because I thought she actually ran well down on the inside, 4th from last. She's going to cut the corner into the lane. And for one brief moment in mid-stretch, it looked like she might actually make a run at the leaders. She moves into contention, only 3.5 lengths off the lead. And right about here, well, that's enough for Hear My Prayer. And she subsequently backs up and finishes 11th of 13. It was a complete and total toss-out race. So what about her previous start? Well, in her previous start, Hear My Prayer was throttled down on the lead, and she went the opening quarter in 24 seconds. You talk about a front runner losing her weapon. She was rated excessively 2 starts back. But 3 starts back when Hear My Prayer was allowed to rip. Let's take a look and see how well she did. 3 starts. She doesn't win this race, Hear My Prayer, but she ran well in defeat, and there she is on the lead, turning for home. She's the 8-5 favorite in the Grade 3 Las Ciénegas, but she smoked early. She went 44 flat and was no match late for Zero Tolerance. Tapwater is going to come up and grab second from Hear My Prayer. This was an outstanding 3rd place finish by Hear My Prayer in a graded stakes race. If she is allowed to use her speed on Saturday, and I dare say that jockey Juan Hernandez will allow her to do that, Hear My Prayer should get a great trip, either sitting second behind likely favorite Legs Galore or perhaps dueling with her early. I think that her best chance would be to sit second behind the speed and try to attack Legs Galore in the stretch. Bottom line is this. Expect, hear my prayer, to use her speed, something that she was not allowed to do in either of her last 2 starts. And win or lose, hear my prayer's influence on the Mizdirection Stakes should be profound, because she will dictate how fast Legs Galore, the front-running favorite, will have to go early on. Okay, there is a stretch runner in this field that I'm intrigued by, because I suspect that she might slip through the cracks, and she finished second to last in her most recent start. She lost by 20 lengths. However, that was a grade 3 turf route in which she had early trouble and just completely backed up. But when we go back to her only previous start on the hill, I'm talking about number 1, Stella Noir, 4 starts back. Well, you be the judge and see if this might be a horse for course. Stella Noir rallying on the far outside at odds of 18-1. She ran very well. It was only a 1 other than allowance. I get that. But she stormed home down the middle of the track and posted an upset for trainer Keith DeSormo. She was ridden this day by jockey Kent DeSormo. And Stella Noir, not only did she win this 1 other than, but she backed up the performance with a subsequent runner-up finish in the Wishing Well Stakes, a turf sprint stakes. And then she finished third in a 2 other than around 2 turns. I believe, and I bet you that Keith DeSormo, her trainer, would agree, Stella Noir is best as a closing sprinter. She's far less effective around 2 turns. So she's backing up from a pair of routes to a 1-turn race down the hill, the same hillside turf course on which she sprang an 18-1 upset, the race we just looked at. And based on her murky recent form, it's possible, at least, that Stella Noir kind of slips through the cracks and starts at a decent price. I don't think she can beat the winner, but she will be running late, Stella Noir will. I don't think she can beat the favorite. The favorite, I'm already giving her the race, is Legs Galore. Yeah, I think she's going to win. She's the best filly in the race. She's won 8 out of 13. I'm referring to number 4, Legs Galore, and she is dynamite. Let's take a look at her comeback race. It was 2 starts back in January, coming down the hill in the Sunshine Millions filly and mare sprint. She popped the gate. She made the lead. She went relatively slow early, 22-1, 44-3 down the hill for a multiple stakes winner is walking on the lead. But look at the way Legs Galore finished. Not only did she finish well and run well and earned a lofty 95 buyer speed figure, but that race was validated when the 2-3 finishers, Alice Marble and Eddie's New Dream, came back to win their very next start. Actually, so did Legs Galore. She actually stretched out in her next start in the Grade 2 Buena Vista and raced gate to wire. Now, that was back in early March. So what happened to Legs Galore in the interim? Well, she scraped her forearm rolling around in her stall, is what trainer Phil D'Amato suspects. And that abrasion became infected. It had to be treated. D'Amato missed a couple of breezes with Legs Galore. She was expected to run in the Grade 2 Monrovia early last month. She had to skip that race, and so she's pointing for the next available spot, and here we are for the Mizdirection. D'Amato said that she is training as well as she has ever trained. Ricky Gonzalez rides her. He has breezed her in her last couple breezes. He said she feels like the Legs Galore of old. And Legs Galore will be very tough. She's probably the speed of the field. I think she's going to go gate to wire. We're looking for Stella Noir to come along and possibly complete the exacta. Legs Galore over Stella Noir in the Mizdirection Stakes. It's a quiet Saturday this weekend at Santa Anita, but the action does pick up next weekend. In fact, on Thursday, nominations close for 11 stakes races, including 3 Grade 1s, a week from Monday on Memorial Day. The Hollywood Gold Cup at Santa Anita, the Gamely, and the Shoemaker Mile. So plenty to look forward to next weekend, and plenty to look forward to in the Mizdirection. Maybe we can cold deck this exacta. Legs Galore over Stella Noir. It's race number 9 on Saturday at Santa Anita.